Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing again some excerpts from my book, The Letter Box, an entire year of illustrated letters. The topic today is procrastination and some simple ways that you can deal with it. Plus, I have a few predictions that will help make your life better. Before I get started, please click the subscribe button below and the little bell so you can be notified of all the new videos. February doesn't always deliver up many nice days in my corner of the continent. My least favorite season is winter, and these winter weeks sometimes seem to each last for months. Where I live in a village in British Columbia, winter hit hard this year with heavy snow, freezing temperatures, harsh winds, and dark days. One of the reasons we moved to this area near the west coast many years ago was to escape Canada's deep freeze winters that occur on the east side of the Rocky Mountains. Often we don't have snow all winter, just rain, but this year was an exception. I went for a walk today, and though the sky is dove gray and the trees still skeletal, there are signs of spring if you look closely. A local lumber store has wheelbarrows shiny with bright paint out front, along with a rack of garden tools. The rhododendrons already have their buds set, and I saw the first tiny shoots on iris rhizomes in the community gardens behind where I live. I love to go walking amongst the beds there and watch the gardens progress. There is still snow on the ground here and there, in dirty clumps now, but the mountain I see from my window is still white far down its slopes. I'm so thankful for inheriting a can-do attitude toward life. Yet as a creative person doing creative work, I still find that sometimes it's hard to stay inspired. I wish that I leapt out of bed every day filled with enthusiasm. It's not always so. I never find myself short of ideas. In fact, I have books full of notes and cupboards full of projects to work on. However, sometimes I lack the actual motivation to do anything with them. I'm a practical person, and when things don't work like they are supposed to, I want to know why so I can fix what's wrong. So when I find myself unmotivated to do the work that I know I love to do, there has to be a reason or reasons why. You may find yourself in the same situation. Procrastination is the bane of many a creative person. We want to do those lovely, exciting projects, but can't seem to get them started. Or we start but can't get past what I call the ugly middle. And the enthusiasm withers away like an unwatered plant. It's not enough to shrug and accept that you're a procrastinator. What an awful thought anyway. Don't give yourself that label unless you want to be stuck there, and you don't. I've never had a big problem with procrastination, but sometimes I just don't want to get up and do the work. The thing is, there's always a valid reason. The trick is to ascertain what that reason is. Someone I know struggles with putting things off. When we talked about it, he realized that rather than looking at the next step, he saw the enormity of the project and froze. My reasons are completely different. Here's a list I've come up with to explain why we can all run out of juice for creative projects. You may see yourself here, or not. Number 1, too much to do. Sometimes I'm pulled in so many directions at once that I can barely move. I may have a book to work on, or a painting, yet I can't concentrate on it long enough to move it forward. Number 2, too tired. I'll be honest, sometimes I don't sleep very well. I tend to internalize stresses, and they come back to haunt me as a busy mind at night. It's hard to be motivated when you're feeling exhausted or drained. Number 3, emotional disequilibrium. When something emotional is bothering me, it has the same effect on my ability to be creative as having a crying child pulling at my pant leg. Number 4, constant interruptions. The phone won't stop ringing, clients want one more thing, too many commitments on too many days of the week. These all make it hard to allow my creative side to come out and play. Number 5, self-doubt. Being assailed by thoughts like, why do I bother? Or, who do I think I am to try this anyway? Will derail creative motivation faster than a fire hose can douse a candle flame. Number 6, not knowing my next step. When I don't know what the next move is, it's hard to motivate myself to make it. It's like staring into a dark room and feeling around for the light switch. So I'm no stranger to bumping up against lack of motivation. The reason that I've been able to persevere in the face of discouragement is that I've learned to identify the cause of it and take steps to deal with the root of the problem. Here is what I do. Ask where the malaise originates. Am I too tired? Am I overwhelmed with other work? Do I have some emotional issue on my mind that I need to deal with? Am I feeling hopeless and wondering if I'll ever succeed? Once I know the source of my current condition, I can take steps to correct it. This might come in the form of taking a nap or spreading my workload over a longer period. Sometimes what I need most is fresh air and exercise, and simply going for a walk does the job. I also ask myself, what can I do? There's usually at least one step I can take in the direction I want to go. So rather than looking at the big picture, I look for the next baby step. This frequently opens my eyes to the step after that, and the one after that one. If I'm feeling like what I'm doing is pointless, I need to examine my reason for doing it at all. If I don't even want to do this thing, I need to do something else. The thing is, creative work has a wonderful distinction of being not only a means to an end, but also an end in itself. The very act of doing something creative produces something besides the finished work, a sense of fulfillment. I'm going to do some painting now. I've made it a goal to work on something arty almost every day. It might be a pencil sketch or a watercolor or just a list of ideas, but having made the decision, it's now part of my daily plan. It's amazing how much you can get done just by chipping away at the project. And knowing that I have an appointment with a paintbrush helps a lot when inspiration wanes, or when the project looks pathetic at the ugly halfway point. The trick is to keep on going, just don't stop. We'll all get there, motivated or not. Since it's the start of the year, I've decided to make some predictions. You might think that's a little late to get started on this project, but stay with me. I predict that you'll get whatever you believe you can have and what you decide to go after. I know from my own experience that this works. You can't have one without the other. You get to choose what your life is going to look like. I'm not suggesting that you can snap your fingers and every one of your dreams will come true. We're grown-ups after all, so we know that fantasy is not going to work. The first thing you have to do is decide what you want. It can be anything, simple and small or large and complicated. Perhaps you want to learn to knit or speak a foreign language. You'll need to make up your mind that it's a goal. Set a deadline for when you want to achieve this goal. If you want to fly to Europe for a holiday, you have to first decide when you want to go. My next prediction for the year is that we will all be as healthy as we decide to be. Again, nothing magical here. If you decide to take steps to become healthier, the chances are very good that you will. I predict that if you make small changes in your diet and physical fitness habits, you will be healthier. One of my strategies is to cut out sugar. Another is to take a walk outside every day. I predict that more sunshine will make you feel better. as will more sleep. Cutting out activities that don't give you joy will lift your heart and give you energy for what you love. Removing items that are no longer useful from your home will give you more peace. These are all simple moves and changes that I predict will make for a happier year. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you haven't yet seen it, the link for the first installment of the Letterbox series is below. There's also a link below where you can order the book if you're interested. Before you go, be sure to click the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel and click the little bell. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and leave a comment. And I'll see you next time.